Try to describe what a black quarterback faced 50 years ago, and in a way that someone today who's a young person can understand it.
Resistance, doors closed, help not wanted, if you will.
And why? That's the problem, explaining why, trying to explain why and rationalize it, because there's no rationalizing it.
No, there's no rationalizing, and why is that pretty simple answer. If you look at the history of the African American in America, the conditions, the reasons that we were brought here in the first place, I think speaks volumes to the fact of how much progress the ruling parties would want an African American to have. And so you're in 1968 now. All kinds of progress has been made since our arrival, really. But now we're at a point where we're breaking through another glass ceiling, if you will.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson was 20 years before. This is like the last vestige of that ridiculous repression. And the mindset is that a black man can't be a decision maker, can't be a leader, a middle linebacker, a free safety, or especially a quarterback, right?
Right. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Now we're talking about advancing in leadership positions. Other eras were just participation levels that you're breaking through, but now you're talking about breaking through in leadership positions, and that was something that America was just not ready for at that particular point in time. So there was a lot of resistance and a lot of pushback.
What did John McKay tell you, the USC coach, when you decided to go there? What made you decide on USC?
Well, the biggest thing was not what John McKay told me, but it was a part of the reason, and that was that he was assuring me that I was going to get a chance to have a fair opportunity to compete for the quarterback position at USC. The thing that made that solid was the fact that there were no incumbent quarterbacks, so that helped to create a more fair environment going in the front door, and I always felt that in a fair environment of competition that I could hold my own.
And Ohio State and Penn State were in the mix, or no?
Ohio State would probably be the closest that was in the mix, and that was because my head coach, George Chomp, was leaving at the same time I was. He was headed to Ohio State when I was headed to USC. So going along with him and having him be the offensive coordinator made total sense. But there was a young man by the name of Rex Kern who had just led them to the national title and defeat over USC in the Rose Bowl.
Which you watched here at home.
Which I watched here at home. And common sense told me that to try to unseat an incumbent that had that kind of success so early in his career, because he was a sophomore, would have been an uphill battle. And SC was losing a senior quarterback. They had no incumbency left.
Steve Soggy.
Who
led him to that Rose Bowl.
Very good quarterback.
But by this time, you'd already made that decision anyway, because you heard about Kern as a freshman, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But it was more what he did as a sophomore.
Confirmed that you were right.
Confirmed that I was right. Absolutely.